Hey everybody, Graham here. Today I'm checking out this new game I found called Factory Town. And as you can kind of see from the background here, it's kind of just like this cute little medieval factory sim type game. So I figured, why not give it a look? So what are they starting us with? Quite a bit, actually. So it looks like they've got a little wheat farm set up here. This is actually something that didn't come up in the tutorial, but this looks like a building that just automatically produces wheat. And they have it on this conveyor belt going to a food mill that is cranking out flour to be stored in this crate. And there's a cart here picking that up and taking it to a food market. Yeah, so it looks like they've already given us quite a setup here. Alright, looks like we have this one. These are both storing planks. So what I'm going to do is get another wagon. Tell it to pick up planks here and drop them off here. Great. Okay, I'm not going to do that because that one's actually off the ground, so it's having some trouble with that. Interesting. I'll have to figure out what to do with this in a bit. Alright, what else do we have? So there's our town center. Yeah, we have our general store, which sells all of the items that are dropped off there to the nearby houses and gives us these red coins that we need for research over here in the school. Speaking of which, we have a lumber mill outputting paper and a workshop that is currently outputting nothing. Okay. And then here we have a stonemason making bricks and a barn which serves as large storage and a random house way over here. Okay, yeah, so they've given us quite a quite a setup here already. Alright. What do we need to do to win? We need to produce 25 sandwiches. We need 25 warm coats. We need to build one forester. And one pasture. And hit a tech level of 4. Okay, and then here we can increase our population once we have a happiness level of 26, so let's start working towards that. First things first, I'm going to build a house here, and a house here. And the reason I'm doing that where it is you can see here, if I mouse over this, it shows a radius of the buildings that it affects, so I want to try to make sure that these houses are as close to these markets as I can. Alright, so that should get us working towards this population level boost, and give us a little bit more room for workers. Alright, I need wagon wheels, so I can tech up. So that would be I think that's actually a workshop, if I remember correctly. That's a stonemason. This is a workshop. Alright, so this is trying to produce cloth and books, but I don't think it's actually being supplied by anything. So, let's see if we can fix that. Alright, okay, so, yeah, now have +4 housing capacity. And let's see what our options are for research. Nothing... Okay, so we have everything at tech level 2 unlocked. And we need to get up to 4 here to finish the mission. So once we hit a few more research points, we'll be able to get civics level 1, which will give us the ability to build a second town center. I'm not sure where that needs to be yet, so... Oh, cool. We're ready to upgrade you. And we can do that civics research that we wanted. Okay, so... yeah, this building is really full of wood. This building, I think, yeah, needs items brought in. Just wonder if I can just remove this splitter. That should help with that. Okay. Yeah, so this is not quite... oh, here we go. Got to tech level 3, so we can now build our own farms and our own foresters. Get some more logistics blocks. We have our kitchen that we can research, fluid pipes. Interesting. Coin boosters. Not familiar with what those do. And a tailor, which I'm guessing we are going to need to produce these warm coats. Okay, so... alright, there we go. We got all of our new houses down. So, let's see what we can do about starting to get these houses up and running. So we can put a food market here. Food market can take these potatoes. Let's start stockpiling cotton. And we can have a lot more workers. So let's get a few more. I don't know if we have any need for coal at the moment, but... that'll at least help us start building up the happiness here. So, what next? I think we want a lumber mill. And what do we need for paper? Paper requires water, okay. I'm guessing I don't have access to fluid pipes yet, because I think that is actually something I need to research. Right there. Okay. So now we can actually... oh no, we have the... not the layer view, is it? I thought there was a map for the pipes. It might be this. Okay, yeah, let's make a couple fluid pipes, so... okay, so we're working on... just working on making these a little happier. Yeah, building up some supplies. How are things going over here? Looks like fairly normal. Okay. And I have one idle worker that I'm not entirely sure what to do with yet. Okay, next step. Yeah, just need to keep those houses happy. I've got a ton of brick. Now, the main thing I want to do is get a school down. Yeah, let's just... right here. Because I want to convert this to making paper pretty soon. And I want a second school because we really need, really need more, research points just to keep things moving. Okay, I've got this one person standing awkwardly on their front porch that I can't seem to select to make it so they can actually, like, start doing something useful. So I'll just create another person to start dropping off paper at this school. This poor person has merged with the building. Okay. Well, we'll deal with that soon enough. Hopefully. Why is this linked to 0 houses? Yeah, elevation seems to have some interesting effects on how the game is calculating things. Yeah, but we have 100 research points, so we can research farming. Farms will automatically harvest nearby resources and replant them when depleted. Farm tiles, water, and fertilizer will speed crop regrowth speeds. Come on. Another thing I wonder, that pasture I just unlocked, what do you do? Okay, you take... I need wool, which takes 2 animal feed, produced by a food mill with wheat or potatoes. Okay. Yeah, let's try assigning this town a farming specialty. Okay, so we're just going to try to figure out how to get this up and running the correct way. Alright, so... yeah, that's already got the number of potatoes maxed out, so we're gonna... if you pick up and start dropping off potatoes, you're going to create animal feed from potatoes. Okay, looks like I actually need a second worker shifting potatoes that way. And then a worker here moving animal feed to you. Okay, now, that's not... Just want to make sure that's not overly stressing either of these. Yeah, unfortunately, it's not very efficient to just throw workers all over the place, but I haven't quite gotten the hang of how the conveyor belt setups work here just yet. Alright, but our resources are growing nicely, so we are definitely in a good spot. You're at 20, you're at 20, and you're doing your best. Have you pick up wool and drop it off. You're going to pick up fertilizer and drop it off there. Just make sure I never run out of potatoes. Okay, no, not you. Research. What's our next step? Still need a kitchen, still need a tailor. Honestly need quite a few things. The railways would probably be pretty handy for shifting one thing to things from one town to another. Okay, where to next? I know one thing I can do, and that's you can pick up stone brick and drop off here. It shouldn't tax my stone brick production much. Okay, so wooden conveyor belts automatically transport items along wooden rollers. Yeah, and if I'm going off of this, I need grabbers to take them and pushers to get them where they need to go. Okay. This over here. That's probably safe just because it is such a long trip. Yeah, research is coming along. Almost to a new pop level, which will be very nice. Oh, we built a pasture, which gets us one step closer to winning. Still need to research the forester. I'm assuming the kitchen and a tailor. Add in another person there to hopefully speed the process up. And let's see if we can get a crate set up. Maybe right here. Okay, that doesn't quite work. So let's remove you. Can't remove you two. So let's just go ahead and build another crate right here. Perfect. And then what we can do is just make a path. And that'll start getting us some cloth. Yeah, in theory this will allow for a wagon to carry cloth from this town center to this workshop faster than they'd be able to normally. It's an interesting solution. I'm not sure if it's the best, but it's an interesting one. Okay, so we just unlocked the Forester, which I suspect is going to work very similar to the farm. Yes. Had a feeling. Alright, that gets us one step closer to winning the game. We still need to tech up one more time. We still need to research both the tailor and the kitchen. Possibly more, we'll find out when we get there. I don't think I need a coin booster, so we're going to hold off on that for now. The addition of farming is really nice because that allows for renewable resources. That was, when I was first playing the tutorial, that was one of my big thoughts, is like, this game's supposed to be a very relaxing game, but there's always that thought in the back of your head of, what if I run out of stuff? And the fact that you can have farms and foresters to make sure you don't run out of stuff is pretty great. So I think the only thing you'd need to worry about would be, like, coal and stone, but maybe not even that, because I think there are miners in this game, and I'm not sure, not 100% sure if those work how I think they do, but I mean, I really wouldn't be surprised if they did. Like, if they work similarly. Okay, we do want to pick up a general store for this area. There we go, yeah, so the elevation is a little finicky, but once you get the hang of it. Speaking of getting the hang of things, let's actually see if a wooden scaffold ramp will here. Alright, back to it. I don't want to use too many of my conveyor belts because I actually need those for later. So I think a simple footpath . That was the wrong one. Alright, so we got a footpath set up there, and I'm gonna create a wagon. That'll pick up and drop off. Our wheat is growing. Alright, so we have all the wooden rails we need, but I don't... Got a lot to do to get cloth conveyor belts, which I'm assuming are just faster, maybe, than wooden conveyor belts. Alright. Well, let's see. So, next steps. Got a lot of flour. Got a lot of wool, I'm assuming. 55. Not bad. Not bad. Ultimately more than we will need. Don't need paper, don't need fluid pipes. Yeah, keep doing your thing. Okay. Where to next? Ooh, I am running out of stone brick. So I guess that did actually stress my stone brick production quite a bit. Now let's just kind of try to kickstart that. And we'll remove that splitter, just to help. Okay. Got a little bit of a traffic jam here. Not a ton I can do about that, unfortunately. Maybe stepping up. Yeah, upgrading the pasture seems relatively harmless. I don't actually know what that does, though. Oh, there we go. We hit 200 research points again. So, let's grab ourselves a kitchen. Kind of want to get that part rolling. All right, so we have a kitchen which takes 20 stone brick. Oh boy. I need you to stop what you're doing. You're doing your job a little too well. So that might drop a little happiness here, but I really need to start stacking up some bricks so I can build this kitchen and hopefully start making sandwiches for the people. Which takes 1 meat, 1 cheese, and 1 bread. Oh. Okay, that's gonna take some... I'm guessing that's gonna take some more pastures. Okay, bread only takes flour. And then sandwiches take bread, cheese, which takes milk, and chicken. Yeah, I have a feeling this game's going to have some very complicated production lines when the time comes. Alright, but we'll take this one step at a time. So, grab a worker. Who will start doing that. And then we're going to have a wooden conveyor belt. Can't build on uneven terrain. There's not much in the way of even terrain in this game. Okay. let's try this. Nope, it didn't do what it was. So that's okay, because we can just. Never mind, it's working as intended. And then you. Cooked chicken. You know what? Yeah, let's set this town as a processing hub. Alright, so let's get this farm a well in a moment. There we go. Connect a fluid pipe. And then you're gonna drain the eggs, and I am switching to milk, not eggs. Interesting that creates fertilizer. And just grab one more worker to pick up animal feed and drop off here. Okay, so that'll start getting me the milk I need to make cheese. You... don't know what you're doing. That would explain that. Alright. So we got a bit of a chicken production line going. We are working towards enough to tech up again. And we are quite literally drowning in wheat. Probably should start creating bread. Do I have enough for a kitchen? I do. So what do you need? You need 2 flour, 1 fuel. Cooked chicken. 5 milk and 1 cloth to make cheese. So cheese is probably best done in my other town. Okay, what do you have? You have 17 bread. You have 12 milk. Yeah, as soon as I hit 25 bread, it's probably best to just switch to cheese production. Maybe. Seems like it could, at least. I really don't need coin boosters right now. I am all good on coins. Interesting. Civics 2 gives me, the ability to create a 3rd town. Oh, here we go. Cloth conveyor belt. Okay, yep, you're going to start working on cloth conveyor belts instead. So you can start picking up cloth and dropping it off here. How fast do you move on the road? Actually, pretty quick. Wow. Okay. You can pick up, drop off, pick up, drop off, and then fingers crossed that gets us everything we need to tech up again and mark off one more objective. We're getting there. That was a symbol I've never seen before. Yeah, let's see if we can start getting some cheese. Still can't believe it takes an entire cloth to make cheese. That's not entirely surprising, but at the same time, it's just like, are you sure about that? Okay, so yeah, we got plenty of fried chicken. We got plenty of bread. And eventually that bread will even be... Okay, so actually what I want you... No, not you. You. You're gonna start... That's a long journey. I don't have a better way to do this, unfortunately. You're gonna pick up chicken and drop it off. Yeah, it's just gonna use the same road that the other one does. Yeah, it's nice that footpaths and roads have very different, And then the nice thing we can do, rather than having to assign somebody to deal with all of that, is simply just use a wooden conveyor belt. To start grabbing sandwiches and dumping them in this box. Fantastic. And then once we have all 25 sandwiches, I am stopping sandwich production because that is a lot of my resources going towards sandwiches. There we go. Tech level 4. Yeah, not going to worry about civics 2 because I just don't need it to finish this. Let's go ahead and grab a second wagon to help make the very slow process of carrying chicken go faster. Putting paper, you're outputting fluid pipe, which is probably not necessary anymore. Because I have 236 fluid pipe and definitely will not need that much. Okay, so just hit 200, grab that Taylor, and let's start untangling the mess of what we need to make warm coats. Build a second Taylor on the side of that kitchen that is no longer necessary. So I have shirts which need to be made, and warm coats which take leather which is produced by a pasture. You're on wool, you're on milk. So we'll start you on leather. Yeah, you're making shirts, so... I just can't seem to get these things potatoes fast enough. Now let's see if we can... Am I really out of conveyor belts? Wooden ones at least. Yeah, I have 37 cloth. It's really not the best way I could have set this all up, all things considered. I do have a lot of supply lines that are stretched very thin, but as long as we get the job done. Take that off of cloth production. Since we literally just need to finish these 25 warm coats to end the mission, that should help quite a bit. This mission's definitely shown me the power of automation like this. This is very handy. And there we go. We win. Well, thank you so much for joining me through this video. One of the things about this game that I think drew my attention the most is it reminds me a lot of a game I played a bunch as a kid called The Nations. In that game, that was more of an RTS game focused on resource development. There was this weird quirk in the game where you couldn't get the items you needed to kind of go into the next age to unlock the buildings you needed to make those items without trading with other players. But they also, since, you know, that wouldn't work with the AI, because at least as far as I remember, the AI would never trade with you, they had a black market, just a third-party, neutral entity that would sell you the items that you needed. And I always really enjoyed that gameplay loop of, you know, trying to keep your citizens happy as you built up, you know, getting all these different items and using them to make other items. And this game gives me some nice nostalgic flashbacks to that whole gameplay. So I'm definitely excited to check out more of this one. And again, I hope you enjoyed this one as much as I did. I won't leave a link in the description because this game doesn't have a free demo to check out, but you can find this easy enough on Steam, so... Anyways, I hope to see you in the next one, and until then, have a good one.